The last Golem series that we did focused around trying to see how much of a difference the extra items make when it comes to attacking the Golem, such as the Crown of Command, the Dragon Blade, War Tombs, and things like that. And when it comes to the Dragon Blade, it did almost no difference to make it worthwhile utilizing or spending gold on. And I had a lot of people respond to me saying, yes, but once you got a higher stronghold or once you get to a higher level, it makes a bigger difference. So what we're doing today is we're going to be testing out once again that Dragon Blade, this time on a march of 500,000 troops on a SH41 account with the Dragon Blade, and see how much of a difference it makes utilizing T12 troops with the Dragon Blade. So let's go and have a look together. Hey guys, Mountain here, bringing you another Golem video. In today's video, we're going to be, as it said in the description, testing out the Dragon Blade on my SH41 account and see if utilizing the Dragon Blade with a bigger march capacity, this one being 500,000 march capacity, and T12 infantry or T12 troops, we're going to test out and see how much difference the Dragon Blade actually does then. Is it then worthwhile, or is it not worthwhile like it was with the SH32 account? Everything is pre-set up as we speak. I've got the correct equipment set up. I've got the Crown of Command here, and I'm ready to switch over to the Dragon Blade. I've got my accolades set up, the ones you get from Merlin's Labyrinth. My War Tombs are all in Bowman at the moment, and I've appointed Sir Gawain, as you can see over there. My city buffs are activated with the 25% attack increase as well as a 25% march capacity increase. The only thing I haven't actually added yet so far is the Colossal March, which I will do before we actually attack. So let's head back into the castle, and we're going to activate the Colossal March first. Then we're going to modify the march to include those new troops, and we will take it from there. Right, so let's go down here. We're going to, first of all, activate the Colossal March. There we go. Now we're going to go to March. March number 6 is the one that we are currently utilizing, and it gives us the additional troops that we are looking for, 18,000 extra troops, and we are going to throw those all into the T11 Bowman over here because they're going to be doing the most damage. So we're just going to add that over there and click save. So now we've got our march formation set up, and we are good to go. Let's quickly have a look at the current damage rankings. Our big players only really come into it much later, so we haven't got the biggest players on the board, so we should be able to take rank number 1 currently, but we'll probably end off at the end being around about rank number 5, 4, 5, around there somewhere. Right, so let's go up to the Golem itself and have a look. We're looking for approximately 25 seconds to 30 something seconds for our march, so that it gives us enough time to switch out heroes as well as Dragon Blade. And our march is 24 seconds, so that's perfect. So what we're going to do is our first 5 marches, we're going to utilize the Dragon Blade. We'll switch out Crown of Command to Dragon Blade, and then with the second 5 we will not utilize the Dragon Blade, and we'll look at the 5 results that we get on both sides, and we can then compare the points difference and see, does it make a difference, and if it does, is it enough to warrant the spending of gold? Right, so here we go. We've got 509,000. Always take note of what your march capacity is, because every time you start to do a march against the Golem, you can know, hang on a second, this number is too low. I haven't switched out heroes back to Sir Gawain, or I haven't gone back to Crown of Command, for example. So here we go. We've got a march at 24 seconds. We're going to then immediately come into appoint heroes, switch out Sir Gawain for Madoc. Then we're going to come here and we're going to switch out our temporary relic to the Dragon Blade. go back. Always click back because sometimes the game glitches. Close there, and that still gives us 5 seconds before the march actually hits. So fantastic. Right, there we go. Our march has hit, and now we're going to switch back to Sir Gawain. And we're going to switch back to the Crown of Command. Click back, make sure it's in, and we're good. Wait for them to return home, and then we will do this 5 times, and we will then switch over to doing it without the Dragon Blade, and I will speed up the video at this point. Again, just to show you, make sure your troop count is correct. Right, so I'm going to speed up, and I'll see you guys at the halfway point. And then here we go. This is the halfway mark. So this is now the 5 attacks with the Dragon Blade. And now we're going to do the last 5 attacks without the Dragon Blade. And just leave Crown of Command on. And then we can compare the 2 lots of information that we have received, giving us our averages and everything. And just see how much of a difference the Dragon Blade makes on a march capacity of 500,000 with T12 and downwards. Like normal, I am utilizing 6 marches, 6 different troop marches and formations in my Golem march. I am utilizing the T12 cavalry and bowmen, utilizing the T11 cavalry and bowmen, T9 bowmen, and T10 bowmen and T9 bowmen. Right, so now we're going to march again. This time we're only going to be switching out the Sir Gawain for Maddock. And we'll speed up the video here, and I will see you guys at the end. Okay, here we go. We are now at the 10th and final march, and we will now be comparing the results of the first 5 marches with the Dragon Blade against the 5 marches without the Dragon Blade and see how well it has or has not done. Right, let's just have a look at the damage that we have done. 324 million altogether. And let's have a look now and see. Right, so the first 5 that we're going to be looking for are these 5 over here. And we're going to see how well they do. So this is with Dragon Blade, 33 million. Also remember, we are using Dindrain and Brutus, and we have a crit march of 40%. So there's going to be times where it drops quite a bit and times where it goes up quite a bit. That's why we do it 5 times, just to get a rough average. So 33 million, 32.4 million, 33.5 million, 31.4 million. So there's the drop that we were talking about. It's a 2 million drop. And 33.3 million. Now the 5 where we don't utilize the Dragon Blade, 31.4 million, 33.8 million. So far we've had a high and a low, similar to what we had before. 31.8 million, 31.3 million, 31.9 million. Oh, and that was it. All right, so let's put those numbers into the Excel spreadsheet, and let's go and have a look and see the numbers on paper and see how big of a difference it actually has or has not made. We'll be back now. Okay, so we've got the numbers now put into the spreadsheet. Let's go and have a look at what that actually shows us. So here we go. First column, this is the column with Dragon Blade. And second column, this is the column with no Dragon Blade. The total damage that we managed to do here is 163 million versus 160 million. The range difference, meaning the difference between the lowest number and the highest number, is 2.1 million, and the range difference here is 2.4 million. And the reason why that's important is because of the fluctuation of Dindrain Brutus and the crit. Your range difference shows you how balanced it actually was. The smaller the range difference, the better it is going to be in terms of your accuracy. Okay, then we got average damage with Dragon Blade of 32.7 million, and we got an average damage with no Dragon Blade of 32.0 million. So the difference seems to be just under 700,000. Now I know what you're going to say, that the highs and lows fluctuated enough that it doesn't really necessarily show us the concrete evidence. Let's have a look here at what was the highest we received on the with Dragon Blade, and that would be 33.5 million. The highest we received with no Dragon Blade is 33.8 million. So with the no Dragon Blade, our highest actually was higher than what we got with the Dragon Blade. Let's look at our lowest that we received was 31.4 million with the Dragon Blade, and the lowest that we received without it was 31.3 million. So it's looking really close. In one respect, it's slightly lower. In one respect, it's slightly higher. That generally tells me that it is on average basically the same. I still do not think that the Dragon Blade is necessarily worthwhile, but the only way to know for certain is to further the range of what we currently have. So what I'm going to be doing is on the next Golem March, we'll do it again, okay? But over the next two Golem Marches, we'll do it again. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave these numbers exactly as they are. And here we're going to do 10 entire marches with the Dragon Blade, and then we'll do 10 entire marches without the Dragon Blade on the following Golem March. We will then take 15 number range sets, and we will take 15 number range sets there. Now 15 is still not ideal, because if you think about crit, between Brutus's 20% ability and crit, you should on average every 22.3 attacks maximize out on your damage. We're going to be doing 15, so it's going to be close enough to the 22.3 to give us a good idea of which one is correct and which one is not correct. But as it stands now, it looks like even at a March capacity of 500,000 with T12, T11, T10, and T9 bowmen, and then T12 and T11 cavalry, the Dragon Blade does not make enough of a difference to necessarily warrant spending the gold. Obviously, if it does mean the difference of taking second place and first place, if in your kingdom the numbers are so tight for those first 2 or 3 slots that 1 million points could make a difference, then yes, it is going to be potentially worthwhile for you to take that first place slot and get the rewards. But other than that, I still do not think that the Dragon Blade is effective enough to make it worthwhile. But we will test with the next 2 Golem Marches. We will add it into here, and we will see the range over 15 attacks and see what the range difference is, as well as what the average damage is over those 15 attacks, and take it from there. Right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that it has helped you in one way or another, maybe saving you gold. Maybe you've seen something that I haven't. Maybe you've got a different thought or something that you do differently. If you do, please drop your comments down below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. It does help me out immensely. And if you want to know more about what's happening in KOA and updated videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so that you can know whenever I upload new videos. On a separate note, because I'm trying to make this a career where I can give you guys content, I've been trying to find ways of generating an income from it. Obviously, we're trying to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. We in the 700s at the moment, so we are getting pretty close. And somebody suggested to me to actually look at doing Patreon. Now, I don't know that much about Patreon personally. I have had a look at it, and it seems like the big thing with Patreon is that you need to be able to reward people who are donating to you. So if you think that Patreon is potentially a good idea for me, please drop your comments down below. Tell me what you think, as well as suggest what sort of rewards you would like to have by being a Patreon member, if you do decide to go that way. Otherwise, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I shall see you on the next one. Until then, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.